All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Arizona Cardinals. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Now let's go. 319. 319. No, Jack, Patriot.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A gain of 39 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Detroit!
On 2nd down, Jackson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have back on their heels.
Here's Jackson. Flushed out right. And an alley to run. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And they'll run it here. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Jackson flush to his right. And it's 6 points for the Baltimore Ravens. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Here we go. Over.
On first down, it's Rosen. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Chris Wormley in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And the pressure gets to him again. Chris Wormley in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
And he's going to go down again.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. And taken right on the 30. Nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. Would be ideal.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Dancing to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Chandler Jones. He's the one that finally ends up corralling him, and my goodness, that is a disastrous loss. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Eluding the pressure right. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And it's taken in at the 9. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's T.J. Yeldon. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now it's Rosen. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A huge play there for Arizona. 41 yards.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not. It permeates its way through the entire team, and I can't wait to see what they do on the next down.
On 2nd down, Rosen. This will be caught just inside the 10. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. Here's Rosen to throw. Buying time to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Chris Wormley getting him once again. His third sack of the afternoon. First down, a bit of a disaster. And now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Chris Wormley. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And this is going to be incomplete. The safety that time, Tony Jefferson, there on the coverage.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
And Gold is able to put it through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up, and the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And the Ravens taking the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A very solid gain of 27. Two minutes to go here in the first half. More from the desert after this. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 45 yards. On 1st and goal, Collins. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, and when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Rosen on 1st and 10. He's going to loft one deep left side here. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Rosen to throw on 3rd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Lets it go for Nelson. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Throwing now, Rosen on first down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Watch him now, Barney.
Final play of the half here. It's Rosen. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And avoids the contact. Well, I know we hold off on the halftime update after all. Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well.
That's caught at the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Rosen will throw, and he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 7 that time, 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Yeldon. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. T.J. Yeldon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him with contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him with contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe. We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post, and most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes...
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Alex Collins, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Ravens have broken the tie. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Rosen again on 2nd and 10. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd down, here's Rosen. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Tyus Bowser in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. Third and long here for Rosen. Oh, I can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And what could he possibly be thinking? He just took the fair catch at the 1-yard line. Major mistake. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he coughed it up. And this is recovered by the Cardinals.
Well, that sure started out as a good example of what they call backed up or coming out on offense, meaning you're backed up close to your own goal line. Big-time emphasis on practicing that to try and create some room at no less to give the punter a chance to kick the ball away. It means take care of the ball, try and create some space. They were doing that, and the ball comes through.
He'll get it up the middle. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Chris Wormley in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And Gold is able to put it through, and that'll bring him back within a point. He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
Detroit! Detroit!
They go play action now. Jackson. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute.
Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. The Ravens on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be third and a mile. From the gun, Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for fourth. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Fourth down, here's Jackson. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Marcus Golden in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
From the gun, it's Rosen. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
3rd and goal, Rosen. This will be caught just inside the 10. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal. And Gold is able to put it through. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily The coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play that time for the Ravens. 52 yards. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Here's a first down run with Collins. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, now he bowls him over. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
They'll look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Now Collins. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go a long way.
Yeah, I was going to say, could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Leopard.
Here's Collins. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Now here's a timeout, as they will indeed call it with 5 seconds to go and a chance with a field goal to win the game. Off the corner, where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10.
Back there, Philly. Here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
One final shot here for Rosen. Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game,